let me take a look at the third video, because this may give you a better idea of what it is that you're building. Now, that's the length of video and the kind of snappy sort of a thing I'm aiming at for most of the videos that support the text reading. I think it's more interesting and a minimum of verbiage that's not related to what you're trying to do. So in this case, what's happening here is you're getting a spreadsheet from me, and it looks like this. The spreadsheet results from a download from Campus Connect of a roster of students in the class. Now, actually, I started with CSC 200, but it isn't really very cool for me to put people's names out there on the web and email addresses and other kinds of things. So the spreadsheet you're looking at here, this and this are made-up names. This is a made-up employee ID, that is a student ID. These are just random numbers, and these are names I made up kind of based on state names like Kentucky, last name, first name. How about Minnesota? I also made up these email addresses. These are what real students have in the course, but of course you don't know who has what because all these names are phony. So this data is to play with. This is what I get when I go to Campus Connect as an instructor and I download the roster for a section of this class. Now, that's not what I need for loading the Gmail so that I have an easy way to talk to everybody through Gmail. What I need is simply one column that has the last name, first name, and I choose to just separate those with a hyphen rather than a comma because it's a little easier. You understand how CSV files work. CSV file is the format that Gmail would like to have to load things automatically. So I don't want to confuse it by putting an extra comma in here. So I simply have the last name hyphen first name. But you'll notice these are uppercase. It's nicer if really we have only the first letter capitalized and the rest of the word lowercase. Hyphen, first letter capitalized, rest of the word lowercase. So I need these two columns compressed into one, and the word for that is concatenated. And the only other column I need is the email address. I also have another requirement. The heading row here really should be just one word for the name, and the name of this column should be email. That will make it very easy as a CSV file to bring this in to Gmail. In order to arrive at that, we have to do a couple of things. We have to get rid of all of these columns. These four have to go away. This one has to be deleted, and here on to the right has to be deleted. I can take those actions manually on the spreadsheet. And in fact, that's what I do when I record the macro, going here and set it up in a recording mode. I record those actions as I take them. I just take the actions and those keystrokes are recorded. Then I need to insert a column here, sort of replacing this one, because I want to take these two words and put them together, punctuated the way I just described, in this column. Then, as a final action, I'd like to get rid of the first two columns, so I'm down to just having the names concatenated together and an email address. All of those actions can be taken in a macro. In fact, I don't choose to do the deletion of these values in their original form. I'll show you why in just a second. But the next thing that happens in this video is that you see all of those actions occur at one time just simply because I do Control F, which is what I assign the particular keystroke macro to that I constructed, which you need to construct and replicate. That's the piece that I'm not giving you. given you everything necessary to do the work, but you have to focus on following the instructions of the tutorial as to how to do this, but then actually figuring out the deletes, column insert, and the function that I coded into this column and distributed throughout the remainder of the rows, so that in every case the concatenation and the proper type of capitalization would occur in the formed column. So let's look a little further. And that was it. Literally, it would be that fast by doing Control F to have all those actions occur.